What's good, everybody? Welcome back, MaxCap Podcast. I'm here to deliver. I hope I can. It is Saturday, March 5th. Yay! We are in March. All right, with the last weekend here of college basketball season before the conference tournaments. Actually, some of the conference tournaments and some of the mid-major conferences are this weekend. But as far as the major conferences and most of the teams that a lot of you guys follow, today will be the last regular season game. And the reason why I bring that up is tread lightly, my friends. Tread lightly. There's a lot of things going on. Some teams are playing for a lot today, maybe for seeding, but other teams might not be playing for anything. And so with that, maybe somebody's a little banged up. Maybe they don't suit up today. Or maybe they usually play 30 minutes a game, and today they play 18. So you don't know what you don't know. Remember that. You don't know what you don't know, and most of us don't know shit. So I say tread lightly just because there could be some situations where you're expecting one thing and you get something else from a team today. So with that being said, I'm coming at you with some picks today. Next week on the pod, we'll have some previews of the conference tournament. I'll talk about who I think is going to win most of these conference tournaments. And we'll have a couple guests on as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. But today, we're just going to talk through some of the slate. Games start at noon. This video might drop a little bit after noon, so sorry if you miss my 12 p.m. noon winners. But I'm going to share my screen here and give you a look at a few games that I'm looking at. So, Boston College, 6-13 in the conference against Georgia Tech, 4-15 in the conference. Speaking of Boston College, shout out to Boston. This episode is brought to you by the Boom Boom Lounge. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, you might never. But that being said, I like Georgia Tech in this game. Both teams are terrible. And sometimes when you like to bet on sports, you have to do things you don't really want to do, which is bet on terrible teams. Georgia Tech's 4-15 in the conference, but as you can see, they do have Mike DeVoe. He's averaging 18 a game. He's going to be by far the best player on the court. I think Georgia Tech wraps up the regular season with a dub. I wouldn't mess with the 3 points, so probably lay the juice and just take a money line, but Georgia Tech money line really seems like a play to me. And when I look into my ESPN Plus full pick center analysis, you see that actually they're 80% spread consensus picks. So I don't love that. I don't love being on the 80% side. The line opened up at 3.5, actually moved the other way, down to 3. And you can also see that as a home favorite, they're 1-5 this year against the spread. So definitely take that money line. Don't lay those points on the spread. But I actually think Georgia Tech's going to win today. So moving on to my next pick, also at noon, you've got Alabama. They're 9-8 in the conference. LSU, they're 8-9 in the conference. So these teams are pretty even. Wouldn't be able to tell from the ranking. Obviously, Alabama's ranked and LSU isn't. But there's a tough place to play. And these teams are fighting for, seeding because they are so close in the conference. When I look at this game, I see that the line opened up at 4.5. It's now 3.5. And that's fair enough. I think they're very even, so maybe the spread shouldn't have been 4 or 5 points. But another money line pick here. I like the home team again. I like LSU to take care of business here today and win the game early tip-off. As a home favorite this year against the spread, they're 12-4. 12-4 as a home favorite against the spread. So with that being said, Alabama as an away dog is 1-3 against the spread. So I do like LSU here. Those are my 2 picks at 12 noon. I think in the ACC, Syracuse and Miami, it's a very interesting game. I'm not going to play it. It's just a good game. So I think it'll be interesting. Syracuse has actually kind of been struggling. They've lost 3 straight. UM's been up and down, but they're 13-6 in the conference. A very, very surprising team in the ACC. So like that game. Don't have a pick there. In moving on to 2:30, we go to the Big East. Creighton's 12-6 in the conference. Seton Hall is 10-8 in the conference. I think Seton Hall is a slightly better team than Creighton, believe it or not, but they're inconsistent, and that's why the records are how they are. Creighton's got some big dudes on their team. They're a very smart team. They shoot the ball very well. They're very well coached. It's a little sketchy that it's only a 1-point spread here, 1.5 points, but you have to go, again, with the home team here. So there's a theme here. I'm trusting these teams at home to really take care of business. So we'll see if they're able to do that. But again, I am going with the home team in this game. Creighton plays very, very, very good at home. And they're coming off a big win versus UConn, actually. They were up a decent amount, ended up only winning by 2 points, but I look for them to keep it rolling into the Big East tournament. So, and then we've got another home dog that I like today is Oklahoma State. And this is for one reason and one reason only. Why is the spread 2.5 points? Texas Tech is a far superior team to Oklahoma State. So the average Joe would say Texas Tech is going to win. Hopefully I'm not an average Joe today. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. We'll see. But I do like Oklahoma State to be in a pretty rowdy environment themselves. And they actually play pretty good at home. So I like them. And then my last pick, and these games are all before 7 o'clock. You can't tackle 100 games at a time. So I'll post in my Discord the picks later on. But at 4 o'clock, Kansas State. Give me Kansas State at home. I think their guards step up today. They've got 2 very good guards, shoot the ball very well. And at home, I think they get the job done. Oklahoma's 6-11 in the conference, so they're doing something wrong. And one of the things that they're doing wrong is playing on the road. So they have lost, let's see, at Texas Tech they lost. At Iowa State they lost. At Kansas they lost. At Oklahoma State they lost. At Auburn they lost. They did beat West Virginia. They lost at TCU. They lost at Texas. They lost at Baylor. Guys can't win on the road. They can't win on the road. They've won 1 out of their last 7 or 8 games on the road. And today we've got Kansas State, who hopefully they come to play. So those are my picks before the evening slate comes. Again, I'm not perfect. I mean, I think last week I got smoked pretty bad over the weekend. So, tread lightly, like I said. I'll probably play most of these, but I will probably play them 1 or 2 at a time. I don't like to be spread too thin. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next week and the following weeks. March Madness is upon us, so I know a lot of people do hit me up. Hey, I'm going to be in Vegas this week. What do you like? What do you like? Well, check the pod, all right? See what I'm cooking up. You never know. I could get hot. One thing that I do like to say is you're not going to get an 0 for day from me. We're going to be pretty consistent. It's tough out here. It's tough to win more than 65% of your picks. That's really the whole entire goal of this action is to just, be consistent, not get crushed, and then you wait for those smoking hot days that we have. So could be today. Probably should flip 1 or 2 of those picks because, like I always say, I'm probably not going to go undefeated today. But, I do feel pretty solid about a lot of these positions. So we'll see how it goes. We'll do some more research. Again, subscribe to the podcast. If you don't have me on Discord, add us on Discord. We do post some picks there, and that's where some of the community conversation will take place. So, yeah, really looking forward to it. And most of all, best of luck. Have fun. Enjoy life. Keezy is out.